Hey, welcome back to the Six Figure Mastermind. Marianne here with you today. We're talking about how to build your six-figure coaching business from home. This is part 2, how to build your audience. Stay tuned. So in order to build your audience, you kind of have to know who they are, right? You have to know who your audience is. Let me show you a graph. This is an example. Let's say that you're on social media. Let's say that you're on Facebook. You're building, sort of starting to grow a following, kind of ish, maybe, and you're in front of any number of people. Now, these people may or may not be part of your demographic. This is what we want to know. So imagine that this circle represents the entire group of people that you're in front of in social media. And this little wedge right here represents your target audience. Now, if you're using social media for business, you want this wedge to actually not just be this portion, but you want this to be the portion of people that are your target audience that are seeing you on social media. In order to do that, you've got to know who they are. So grab out a sheet of paper because we're going to do some homework right here. By the time this video is over, you're going to know exactly who your ideal client is. Do you remember that game MASH that you played in like 3rd grade, where you put the M-A-S-H on the top of the piece of paper, and then, by the end of the game, you would know who you were going to marry and what the name of your children are going to be and what color car you would drive and what house you would live in? Well, this is kind of the same thing, except we're not leaving it to chance. We're going to do it on purpose. So with that sheet of paper, I want you to draw a few columns. We're actually going to create 3 different client avatars for you. And whenever you create a blog post or anything on social media, you want to be talking to one of these 3 people, all right? So the first question you want to know is this person male or female? Who is my target audience? Is this person male or female? You want to have an answer for that in each one of these columns. Remember, this column is target audience number 1. This column is target audience number 2. This column is target audience number 3. Maybe in all cases, your ideal client's a female. The next thing you want to know about the target audience is their age. And I don't want any age spectrums here. I want a specific age, okay? Maybe your first ideal client, she's 31. Maybe your other ideal client is 35. Maybe your next ideal client is 37. You definitely want to know the specific age of your client because that's going to make you more relatable. The next thing you want to know about your audience is their income level. Now, before I even put anything up there, please pick a target audience that can afford what you have to offer. If you have a $10,000 program and the person in your target audience is only making $25,000 a year, that's not an ideal client for you. Okay, you want to pick a client that can easily pay for what you have to offer. So how much does your client make? Write it down. So your first ideal client, maybe she makes $300,000 a year. Maybe the next one makes $500,000 a year. Maybe the third one makes $1 million a year. You want to definitely know the niche of your market, okay? Did you feel that up level start to happen? You're like, oh, I'm getting to know this client better. If she's $1 million earner, she's going to be starting to think differently. You're getting into the mind of your client, which is exactly what both of you want. Okay, now we're getting into the more nitty-gritty questions. And in fact, I have several questions that I'm going to be asking about your ideal client. We're getting into nitty-gritty questions like, how many kids do they have? Are they single, married, or divorced? Are they happy about being single, married, or divorced? Where do they work? Where do they shop? And I'm even going to ask, what did they have for dinner last night? The better you know your ideal client, the better your ideal client knows that they want to work with you. And remember, every time that you post something on social media, you should be thinking about that person in your mind. In fact, give each one of these ideal clients a name. Maybe that's Jane, Sarah, and Ashley. Or maybe it's whatever names you want to think of. And then before you start to compose any content, close your eyes, get in that mindset, and think about that person in front of you. See their eye color, see their hair color, see what they've been doing throughout the day. You kind of want to stalk this mental image of your ideal client. So when you're posting, you can say, look, Sarah, I know that on your 31st birthday, it was really tough for you because at this income level, you were struggling with finding your own person. Your husband made all this income and you're finding like, gosh, I want to be a producer. I want to be the kind of person that knows who they are outside of being a parent, and I want to contribute to our family's finances. And when you were awake at 2 o'clock in the morning, opening up the fridge and pulling out that cheesecake, I know what it's like. I was there. Okay, do you feel how specific that is? And if you're Sarah and you ate cheesecake at 2 o'clock this morning, let's talk, okay? So you need to know them so well that they feel an instant connection with you whenever you're posting content online. So thanks for watching today. I have more content for you as far as building a six-figure coaching business from home. Make sure you check out the next video in this series. And before you go, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell so you can get a notification from me whenever that next video comes out. Also, Sarah, you that was up at 2 o'clock this morning eating that cheesecake. If you feel this calling, if you feel like this coaching business is for you and you want to get in on this, I want to know who you are because I want to see if I can help you along your way. So hit up that link in the description and I'll be hearing from you real soon.